to all of you. What's the new poem? The name of that poem is A Thing of Beauty, and this beautiful poem has been written by one of the most popular figure of the Romantic era, and the name of that figure is what? The name of that figure is John Keats. I think all of you know about him. John Keats is one of the most popular poet of British romantic era. That particular time when the poet, when the writers started to feel the presence of soul, the presence of spirituality in the midst of nature. They started to find, to search the beauties of the nature, the significance of the natures, and they start to connect with the nature. So each and every poet of this particular era, this romantic era, they just write about nature. What's the significance of the nature? What does the nature want to convey among us? The sensuous feelings, a pleasure, what they feel in the company of the nature, each and everything they should mention in their poetry and the poem. So in the series of this poem and the poetry, today I continued this poem. And what's the name of this poem? The name of this poem is A Thing of Beauty. And the poet of this poem, John Keats, he lived for a very short time. In spite of this, he just lived approximately 25 years, 1795 till 1821. In spite of this, he was so popular for his sensuous pleasure, popular for the natural significance in his poetry. He wrote a number of odes. He was popular for his odes, but among all of his poetic collections, one of this poem is very important. This one is an extract taken from one of the most popular poem. And what's the name of that poem? Endymion. Endymion is the name of that particular poem. Endymion, this one is written by whom? John Keats in the year of 1818. Just to imagine, in such year he wrote a beautiful poem, and after just 4 or 5 years after written this poem, he died. And after his death, this poem has been come into existence, gained popularity, immense popularity. Why? Because it's reflecting the beautiful aspect of nature. And so in this particular poem, what does John Keats wants to say? The very first, before starting this poem, we come to know about the background of this poem. इसका background क्या है? There was a shepherd, and the name of that shepherd was Endymion. Do you know what was the meaning of the shepherd? Shepherd who used to just having a company of sheep. They used to rear the sheep. भेड़ को चराने वाले चरवाहा. Just you think, such person Endymion, when he just doing his work as a shepherd in the midst of nature, suddenly he saw the moon goddess. And what's the name of that moon goddess? Cynthia. The name of that moon goddess is Cynthia. Cynthia is the name of the moon goddess. And after looking Cynthia, what happened? Endymion he lost his everything. He just started to obsessed with the beauty of Cynthia. Anyhow, somehow, he wanted to get Cynthia. He was surprised. He was astonished to see such a beauty in Cynthia. But suddenly what happened? Cynthia disappeared. In order to follow her, just what Endymion covered a journey in the company of the nature, in the midst of the nature. And whatever he noticed while he was wandering here and there, in order to search Cynthia, the moon goddess, उस moon goddess Cynthia को खोजने के लिए उसकी beauty से ये obsessed हो चुके थे. And that's why he became barefoot. He became passionate towards the beauty of Cynthia, and he started to search her. Somehow he wanted to get her. उसे पाना चाहता था. And that's why what happened? He started to follow her path. He started to search amongst the nature. And whatever he noticed, whatever he felt during this journey, during this searching, this one is the content of this poem. What's the name of that poem? A Thing of Beauty. इस कविता में वही दिया हुआ है. क्या उन्होंने नेचर्स में, प्रकृति में उन्होंने देखा. एवरीथिंग इज गिवन इन दिस पोएम. एवरीथिंग, whatever he was searching, whatever he was noticing, whatever he was observing, everything is given in this poem. So let's go through the explanations of the poem. What is the importance of beautiful things? As we know, one of the most popular statement, beauty lies in beholder's eyes. कि सुंदरता किसी की आंखों में होती है. कोई वस्तु, कोई व्यक्ति सुंदर नहीं होता है, देखने वालों की नजरिया सुंदर होती है. That's why what happened? क्या हुआ? Now we go through the explanations of this poem. And what is the very first line of this poem? The very first line of this poem, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. That means all those beautiful things, the beautiful aspects of the nature, beautiful plants, beautiful flowers, beautiful trees, beautiful persons, beautiful friends, each and everything provide us, give us immense pleasure, immense happiness, joy, abundant joy. And that happiness, that joy, that pleasure will increase day by day. Gradually it will be increased, never it will be decreased. ये कभी खत्म नहीं होता है, ये बढ़ती जाएगा. जितना अधिक आप अपने अच्छे लोगों के साथ रहेंगे, आप प्रकृति के साथ रहेंगे, प्रकृति की सुंदरता के बीच रहेंगे, प्रकृति की सुंदरता को समझेंगे, आपकी खुशियाँ, आपकी जो सोच है वो क्या होगी? अच्छी होती जाएगी. इट विल बी इंक्रीज डे बाय डे. ये बढ़ते जाएगा समय के साथ, ये कभी खत्म नहीं होता है. इट विल नेवर पास इनटू नथिंगनेस. नेवर, नेवर एवर इट विल बी फेडेड. ऑलवेज इट विल बी इंक्रीज्ड. Just this one is the central theme of this poem. The poet wants to say that in spite of each and every problem, number of problems, number of obstacles present in our life, but why we are happy? We are happy due to this beautiful nature. हम क्यों खुश रहते इतने सारे problems के बाद भी? Why? Because we have a hope that after some times it will be sorted out. We will be overcome by these problems, and that's why we always happy due to the company of the beautiful friends. That friends who are beautiful not by their look but by their nature, by their soul. यहाँ beautiful friends का मतलब ये नहीं है कि जो देखने में सुंदर हो, जो व्यवहार से सुंदर हो, जिनकी प्रकृति सुंदर हो, जिनकी प्रवृत्ति सुंदर हो. ऐसे दोस्तों के साथ हमारी खुशियाँ क्या होती है? जब भी हम खुशियों को बांटते वो बढ़ती है, वो कम नहीं होता है. how much we are surrounded, we are overshadowed with that sorrow, that suffering, that pains. All these will be overcome after some times due to the beautiful company of our beautiful persons. And this one is only possible in the presence of the beautiful nature. So the poet, right from the very first line to the last line, to the first stanza to the last stanza, he just wants to reflect the importance, the significance of beautiful things. Now, what he wants to say through these lines, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. That means beautiful things provides us happiness, provides us joy, and it increases day by day. It will never pass into nothingness. Never it fades. Never pass into nothingness. But will keep a bar quiet for us. What is the meaning of bar quiet? Bar, that means shady place. Whenever we just having some problems in the sun, whenever we are in stress, we want to get relaxed, we want to get free from our stress. That times we would like to sit under the shady trees. We would like to sit under the shady and cool place, and that place is known as shady leafy place is known as bar. And this bar, when we just go under this bar, what are kinds of the feelings we have? We become feel a special peace in and around of ourselves, and that when feel quietness. What is the meaning of here bar quiet for us? That means it provides a special peace, a spiritual peace, and due to this peace, due to this happiness, we forget for sometimes each and every worry and stress of our life. We are just thinking about what? We are just thinking about the beautiful aspects of nature. And when we don't have any problem, obvious, what happened? We enjoy the sound sleep. Yes or no? The day when you totally relaxed, the day when you become free from our stress, the particular day when you don't have any stress, the day when you meet with your friends, that day what happened? You enjoy a sound sleep. So the poet says that after enjoying the beautiful company, after enjoying the beautiful aspects of the nature, what happened? We enjoying a sleep full of sweet dreams. And when we have a sound sleep, obvious, that sleep is full of sweet dreams, that vision is full of sweet things, sweet memories would be there. We start to see a beautiful dreams. Each and everything is fine after that. When we live in the midst of nature, when we spend our times among the natures, in the company, in the beautiful company of nature. Now next, health and quiet breathing. Not only sleep, we get a sound sleep in the company of the beautiful aspects of the nature after spending the time under the bar, but we also enjoying a sound health. Obvious, if we are enjoying the sound health, we get sound sleep and quiet breathing, and everything is going properly. Breathing, inhale and exhale, all this process going properly. We don't have any stress, and that happiness, that joy expressed on our face. So the poet suggests us to be in the company of Jacond company, the lovely company of nature. We should give respect the beautiful aspects of nature. We should try to preserve the beauty of natures, either the eternal beauty of the natures or the beautiful behavior of the human beings. Directly or indirectly, he wants to say that we should always enjoy the company of the beautiful person. That person who not only by look, that is not necessary, whatever their look, but by behavior, but by nature, they should be good. They should be beautiful. Therefore, on every morrow, that means each and every morning, due to the presence of these beautiful things, this beautiful nature, what happened? Each and every morning, in spite of lots of problems, बहुत सारे problems के बावजूद, प्रत्येक सुबह हम उठते एक नई आशा के साथ, एक नई ऊर्जा के साथ। और ये जो नई ऊर्जा और नए जो ये आशा होती है, ये हमें कहाँ से मिलती है? प्रेरणा हमें कहाँ से मिलती है? प्रेरणा हमें नेचर से मिलती है। Each and every day we reading a flowery garland, a garland of flower. By this, the poet wants to say, are we reading a flowery band to bind us to the earth? Here, flowery band, that means not. What? Not only to make a garland of flower. फूलों की माला बनाना नहीं है। फूलों की माला तो हम बना रहे हैं। On the surface, the meaning reflects here that what? that each and every morning, whenever we get up early in the morning, we are reading, we are making a garland of flowers. But that garland of flowers here refer what? Here garland of flowers refers new hopes, new expectations, a new energy, a new thought. Each and every day we get, whenever we get up early in the morning, and this thought, this energy, this joy, this happiness come through the beautiful aspects of nature. And gradually, when we are connect to the natures, what happened? Our problems will be solved. Then there will be no problem. So whenever we are reading, whenever we are making a garland of flowers, we are getting closer to our nature. जितना ही ज़्यादा हम अपनी परेशानियों से दूर होते हैं, हम प्रकृति के साथ अपने संबंध को बढ़ाते हैं, कनेक्ट होते हैं, जुड़ते हैं, हमारे जीवन के जितने भी दुख होते हैं वो धीरे धीरे क्या होते जाते हैं, खत्म होते जाते हैं. सो every time and each and every word, the poet through these words, through these sentences, through these stanzas, one thing just the poet wants to say, that what? To enjoy the jocund company, the lovely company, the memorable company, the eternal company of nature. हमें प्रकृति के साथ जुड़ना चाहिए, प्रकृति को समझना चाहिए, ना कि उनके साथ खिलवाड़ करनी चाहिए. Because if there is no nature, we never fulfill, never enjoy our life. Okay? Now, spite of despondency. What is the meaning of your despondency? Despondency, that means despair, suffering, pain, निराशा, दुख, दर्द, बहुत सारे all of the human beings, time to time, they face all these things in their life. Ups and downs are the two phases, two sides of a single coin. Yes or no? Nobody can spare their life from these ups and downs. So the poet says that spite of despondence, spite of problems, spite of suffering, what we can do, what we are doing, we are connecting to the nature. And these beautiful nature, whenever we are connecting, we are getting close to the nature, what happen? All these despondency will be solved. What kinds of the despondency present before us? What's the reason behind our despondency? The lack of the inhuman dearth. Dearth, that means lacking. What is the meaning of dearth? Lacking. 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 That means कमी. किस चीज की कमी होती जा रही है? Inhumanities की, मानवता की कमी होती जा रही है. Because each and maximum human beings lost their moral values. They become selfish. They just think about their comforts and luxury. They never think about the comfort of others one. They never think about the betterment for others. They just think about themselves. So the poet says that what the reason behind the despondency? The reason behind the despondence is the dearth of inhuman, lack of inhuman qualities, of noble natures of the gloomy days, lack of the pure soul. Noble natures, that means good natures, noble people, gloomy days. And that's why if we are in the company of inhuman person, if you are in the company of the bad people, if you are in the company of the bad aspects of the nature, our days are gloomy, dark. Gloomy, that means dark, not bright, not signs of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways. Our thought become unhealthy. Our ways are not smooth. They are full of darkness, full of obstacles, full of problems, made for us searching. Yes, in spite of all these problems, are searching for what? Our searching is for the beautiful aspects of the nature. So, through the very first till here, we come to know how does the poet just emphasize to be in the company of the beautiful aspects of the nature. What are the significance of the natures? What does the nature provide us? The eternal happiness, the eternal beauty, each and everything. Number of figure of speech used here. In the very first one, metaphor. Do you know what is metaphor? Metaphor is a hidden comparison, resemblance between two things. Okay, so here a thing of beauty is a joy forever. It's bar quite. This one is a metaphor. Sweet dreams is a metaphor because dreams provide the vision that we get after in the company of the beautiful aspects of the nature. What kinds of the dream we get? We get sweet dreams, as melodious, as tasty as sweet dishes that we enjoy while we are eating something, some sweet dishes like rasagulla and other things. Same pleasure we feel in the company of the beautiful nature. So the poet uses what? The poet used metaphor here. Now, explanations of this poem we will get in the next class, and the figure of speech, the different figure of speech that has been used by the poet, we also get in next class. So dear students, if you have any problem, you should mention in the comment box. Thank you very much.